Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Becoming with Ashley, where I help people break through limiting beliefs and self-doubt so they can become the best version of themselves. In today's video, we're talking about why transformation is hard, and more importantly, how to reinforce a new identity so the transformation you want actually sticks. What I mean by transformation. Before we get into why transformation is difficult, let's clarify what I mean when I use that word. Transformation isn't just change. Transformation is a shift in identity and frequency, the thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors that define who you are. You can transform in two directions. You can either evolve or you can devolve. For example, let's say that you want to be debt-free. The transformation isn't just paying off debt. It's the shift between two identities. The person who thinks, acts, and makes decisions like someone in debt versus the person who thinks, acts, and makes decisions like someone who's financially free. To move from one to the other, you have to undergo a transformation of identity. This is why simple change often doesn't last. Change can be temporary. Transformation rewires who you are, and that's why it's harder. But that's why it's also more sustainable. Why transformation is so hard. One of the biggest reasons transformation feels difficult is because you're working against your subconscious patterning. Your thoughts, beliefs, and behaviors are largely automatic. They were formed over years, sometimes decades, and they exist to keep you safe. Overriding those patterns takes conscious effort and energy. It can be done over time, but it does require intention and repetition. Here's the thing that most people miss. The identity that causes you pain is still protecting you. Even when an identity limits you, it often exists to prevent discomfort, rejection, or emotional risk. For an example, let's say that you identify as an introvert, like me. You might tell yourself, I'm quiet. I'm not a people person. I don't like public speaking. Because of that identity, you may avoid situations that challenge it, like speaking up in meetings, networking, or taking on leadership roles. Avoidance feels safe, but safety comes at the cost of growth. Your nervous system resists transformation because your old identity feels familiar and predictable, even if it keeps you stuck. So when you try to do something that contradicts that identity, like going to a party where you don't know anyone or speaking up at work, you feel resistance. That resistance isn't failure, it's your nervous system trying to keep you in the known. The identity loop. Here's the trap. The same identity that protects you also keeps you stagnant. If you never challenge the old identity, it prevents you from expanding your confidence, reaching your potential, becoming a version of yourself you want to be. So how do you make the transformation easier? Now let's talk about how to actually work with this instead of fighting it. So the first step, name the identity. Get specific about the identity that is holding you back. So for example, for the introverted example, I'm the introverted person who lets shyness prevent me from going after promotions or leadership opportunities. Naming it creates separation. You are no longer the identity. You are the observer of it. Step number 2, notice when it shows up. Start paying attention to when this identity takes over. So in this example, it might show up as when a leadership opportunity arises, when you stay silent in meetings, when you talk yourself out of visibility because it feels uncomfortable. In this case, awareness without judgment is key here. The third step, practice a new identity. You don't need to become a completely different person overnight. Start small. Speak up once in a meeting, share an idea, take a step slightly outside of your comfort zone. Transformation happens through repetition, not force. Each small action reinforces the new identity you are becoming. So in closing, that's it for today's video. If this resonated with you, please like and hit the subscribe button. It really supports the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.